Oh, here we are. Hey, look at that, huh?
Oh, I don't know if I want that behind me like
Doesn't that make you feel like doesn't that make you feel like you're back in Venezuela?
in the bad part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, this is well. Hey, look, we're gonna have two stores in Northbridge.
Oh, that they voted. That's what.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, the town. That's one guy over the town vote.
yeah.
I mean, they're coming in to see the planning board. They're building one right by Walmart.
Behind it,
Well, next to it, right after Walmart.
right after one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right after Walmart. So, you think about it. If you go down to Walmart, you could either go over to a marijuana store and get high, or you can stop on your way at Lovey's and get in that bouncing thing and get high that way. Huh?
He's got a bouncing thing there now.
You didn't see it?
I haven't seen
You
it.
haven't go. You don't go by that way.
I go by it, but I haven't looked in there carefully, see what's in there. There's
Oh.
a tent and some boats.
Oh, it's big. It's right there in the front.
Yeah. That
There's
must
got a sign out there: free bounce.
Oh, that's what that says. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and you can rent one of those boats out there.
Go bouncing and then go fishing.
Yeah,
And then go get high at the.
and you can get down on the street and get high.
That's a lot of activities in Northbridge
Yeah.
nowadays.
There, by the way, the name of the show tonight is Pot Talk.
That was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, I, I don't know if it was marijuana smoke, but there was a lot of smoke coming out of a house on Upton Street last night when he seen the results of that vote.
Ooh. This Russ's house, or you?
Not
think
Russ,
it's-
no, Upton Street. The guy who's on Tuesday nights.
Ooh.
He wasn't too happy. Yeah, I'll tell you, there weren't too many people at blank. There was only 17 blanks votes on the question. So for the most part, people voted on it, and it won in every precinct.
The LaSalle field you're talking about.
LaSalle Field,
Yeah.
and it won 936 in favor to 561 against. So total of 1,514 with 17 blanks. So, in every it won. Precinct 1, it was 162 to 157. Precinct 2, 192 to 112. And Precinct 10, 225. Precinct 10, I'm looking at the blanks. And Precinct 3, 225 to 142. And Precinct 4, 357 to 150. So almost more than double in Precinct 4. It won by more than 2 to 1. And, at the turnout, we have 10,307 active voters, inactive 842, for a total of 11,149 voters. And only 1,514 showed up on an issue that's going to raise your taxes.
Hmm.
So 13.6% of the voting population in Northbridge decided that.
Hmm.
But some of the races, I mean the write-ins, this had to be a nightmare for the town clerk, for Doreen and Linda in the town clerk's office, because they had to write every one of these names in on the report if you got a write-in.
Hmm.
And what got me here is, okay, there were no challenges for the Board of Selectmen. But for write-ins, Joe Monacarvo, great friend of mine, great guy, longtime selectman, he got 2 votes written in. And from Precinct 1. Then Kendall Chilton had 2 votes written in. Jack Davis, who was a former selectman, he got 1 vote written in. Christopher Zulak got a vote. Robert Chenevey Jr. got a vote. I mean, I didn't know these people were even running. Michael Havalotti, And here we go. Russ Collins got a vote in precinct 3.
Russ.
Now, Russ, did you vote for yourself, Russ?
That's the only vote.
Yeah, you got one vote. Did you write your name in, Russ? Mike LaBrassa got a vote, who's a former school committee chair. He didn't run for re-election. Brian Massey, who is chairman of the planning board, got a vote. Shelley Bulmer got a vote. And here's another one. Gary Rosenberg got a vote, but it was in precinct 4. It's my precinct. Gary lives in precinct 2, so I know it wasn't him that wrote it in. But, I don't know if he could. We haven't seen him here for weeks, so I don't know if he'd be able to show up for a selectmen's meeting. And Steve Falconer got a vote in the Board of Selectmen, but Steve Falconer actually won a seat on the school committee. He got let's see if I can. Okay, he got 120 votes, because here again, the school committee had no one running, and it was a 3-year and a 2-year and a 1-year term, all open. And no, he won the. Well, according to this, he won a 3-year term. And then if I go down here, okay. Oh, okay. He got 8 votes on the 1-year term, but it was won by Bethany Camerano, who got 567 votes written in. I know she was looking to do it. I won re-election on the planning board. I didn't even file any papers, and but I got 5 votes. That's all it takes. So what the heck? I'll do another 3 years. But I'll do my job. They put me in there. I'll do my job, but I didn't really have to. And here's another one. Trustees, okay. Frank DeFazio, who I believe is on there now, got 12 votes, so he got written in. And James Gallagher got elected on the as a non-veteran on the trustees. And Susan Bauer, who did run to get on the housing authority, she got on with 59 votes, so she did all right. She got on there. Elaine Mahoney got on as well for a 4-year term. And Mike Dutra got on with 7 votes on a 2-year term on the housing authority. Then the redevelopment authority, which really doesn't do anything. I got elected to that one time. We didn't do anything. There's no money. They never meet. Nothing like that. So why even bother?
Redevelopment.
Yeah, the redevelopment authority, which is a lot of people got written in. Now Mike Dutra got written in on every line. I don't know if he did it himself, but whoever wrote his name in is in precinct 4, and they wrote it in. In every blank, they wrote his name in. But, it's amazing now. Michael Alden, who doesn't want to, he was on the school committee now, didn't want to run for re-election. He got a write-in. Joe Trezula got a write-in on school committee. He didn't want to run for re-election. I mean, they didn't want to run for re-election, and people wrote their names in. Quite the election.
They should have let people
Town
know.
election, but I go around other towns and you see all kinds of signs. People, because they have contests. We have no contest. No one wants to do anything.
Well, some people do.
Yeah, some do, but not too many. And there wasn't a lot of challenging. And when you get there, you find out that you might put in a lot of hours, but you're not going to get your agenda done. See, so that's what happens. But, well, we only got one more show after this one.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to get ready for the sidewalk sale.
Yeah. Did somebody talk to you yet, or
No, I don't think I'm going to do it.
no?
Nah. I decided not to because they're not related to the T-shirts I got for Yatco, and so I'm going to go to the Yatco stations and hand them out.
What are you gonna hand out?
T-shirts
Teachers for what?
for WCRN
Oh, okay.
and Yatco.
Oh, okay. What's a Yarko?
Yatco Food Mart. That's the Gulf station.
Oh, okay, okay.
You know
No.
where that is?
Yeah, the new.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
they call it, Yatko.
Yeah. Well, the company is Yatco.
Is it? How do you spell it?
YATCO.
Oh, okay.
They call them Yatco Food Marts,
Oh, all right.
and they sell Gulf, but they sell unbranded too.
No, I meant you still people call you yet to meet to for the yard
The sidewalk sale?
sidewalk sale or
No.
because I told my wife to tell them to give you a call as soon as they're ready. So
Oh, nobody's called me.
well, they better get on it.
Well, I wasn't planning on it, but if they want me, I'll go.
No, I mean to have a show for them.
Oh, have a show? Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
No one's called me about having a show. When is that? The 15th?
Ah, jeez, I got a sign. I have a sign in my yard. I don't even know I think it is. It's coming up, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know it's in June.
Yeah.
So is it? Let's see, June 15th. It's a Saturday.
15th. Yeah.
That seems to be what connects with me. I have the Thursday before that, June 13th, open, so they better call me before I book it because I'm booked up until then. So tell her to give me a call. I mean, you got my number, right?
Yeah, but she's not the one that would be calling. It would be the girls that are organizing it.
Oh, yeah, that
I think it's the girls on the safety
Carolinas,
nest. What do you call it?
Catalinas.
No. The nest. The crafty nest.
Oh, the Crafty Nest.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're all getting together, but it's just they're trying to centralize the decision making.
That's a fairly new store.
Yeah,
right?
well, about a couple of years, a couple of years.
Yeah.
They do crafts and things.
Yeah.
And
I see
projects.
people in there at night.
Yeah, they're very successful.
Oh,
They do pretty
well, that's good. I want to see businesses succeed in
Yeah,
downtown. Maybe I should stop in there.
you should. Have you interviewed them yet? Or
No, I mean, I'm just getting into Tai Chi now.
Tai Chi? What do you mean?
You don't watch my Thursday night show.
Which one is that one?
Thursday night at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, what do you
About
do?
the valley.
Yeah.
I was learning Tai Chi. You know what Tai Chi is?
Oh, that thing? Tai Chi is it?
Tai
or
Chi. That's what I'm saying it wrong. Tai Chi.
You were learning that on the show?
Yeah. I had Ron Allen on.
Oh, he does that.
Yeah. Oh, you know Ron.
No, but I'm just saying he's the one that does that. Is he at the
Yeah.
karate place? Is that where he's from, or where's he?
No, it's not karate.
Oh, I know, but where does he come from?
Well, he used to run the Waynesville Spa.
Oh, Tai Chi.
Tai Chi.
Yeah.
Tai Chi. Yep.
If you
And,
call it Tai Chi, you may get the wrong
yeah.
responses in your body there. So
You gotta feel the energy.
feel the energy.
Yeah.
How did that work out?
I thought it was pretty good. I've been trying it at home, and I
Yeah.
do aerobic exercises. I exercise. That's why I keep myself in shape.
Well, you got to,
Yeah.
especially as you grow up a little more.
Yeah. Well, by exercising, you get frustration out too.
That too. Energy's out.
Yeah. I have some 10-pound dumbbells that I use, and I do my aerobic exercises, and I work out, get on my stationary bike on the treadmill. You got to stay active, and
You have to. It's
my
good for your
arthritis
heart too.
My arthritis is going the other way. It's getting better, not worse.
Well, that's great. That's great.
See, so, and I like that what
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi.
Yep.
Tai Chi.
Yeah. It's relaxing.
Yeah. And
Helps concentrate and stuff.
and he has he has it every Tuesday at 11 o'clock at the senior center.
Oh.
And I gotta get there. I didn't get there this Tuesday. I'm just buried in things to do.
Well, that's the thing with me. I could, like, you asked me if I want to vote and stuff, and I was just crazy. It's crazy season, especially for my wife. Like, that's why I couldn't come last week. I was helping her catch up,
Right.
which is good, but it's a lot of work.
Well, Barry bailed me out.
Barry bailed you out?
Yeah, he called and we talked for
Oh, good.
45 minutes.
That's good.
Because I couldn't talk by myself for 45 minutes. I ran out of things to say.
About some good stuff, I hope.
Oh, yeah, no, we went over a good thing. We had a picture. Can we show that again? A picture of DPW. Because
Oh, what happened to the plant that was back there, the close-up? We don't have the plant back there.
No. Let's show Miguel the DPW. Yeah,
Yeah, with the trucks.
I
With the
showed
trucks.
a
I
picture
saw
of,
you.
that's what I showed for the background last week, and Jim Cheris liked it. I ran to him. He watches it online.
Oh,
He was up in Princeton.
there it
you
is.
go.
Wow, nice and clean.
Yeah, nice new building, nice and clean. And they got room to get everything in. They didn't have everything in there because they had the open house.
Huh.
So we had to have room for the food table and the guests and everything else. So, but they told me they got plenty of room. They're getting everything in there.
Brand new building?
Yeah.
When did they get the new building?
Oh, they've been working on it for 2 years,
Nice.
and I think it was paid for now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So, and the former town manager came down. Ted Kozak, he was there.
Hmm.
Yeah, we got to talk to him about it. He asked me some questions about cable again.
No.
He's not happy with his cable bill either.
Oh.
Out there in Munson.
What's he get? Spectrum or something? Or what does he get?
No, he's on the other one. No, oh,
Verizon? No.
No.
Charter?
not Charter. Charter is Spectrum.
Yeah, I thought so. Is
no,
it Verizon then? It's not Verizon?
No, the one near here. I can't think of it now.
Hmm.
The one that owns NBC.
Infinity?
Well, yeah, they sell Infinity, yeah,
Hmm.
and that's who he has out there in Munson.
And they're charging him a lot of money?
Well, all the cable companies, cable is expensive.
Yeah. I don't even watch that much TV, and I pay for the.
You know, when you think about it, I remember when I was a kid, for a color TV would cost you $400 or $500.
Wow.
You know, that's what they ran, and the average pay was probably 120 to 150 bucks a week. So you're talking about a month's pay to buy a TV. Now, I can buy a flat screen TV for a couple $100,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So TV costs, the price of the TVs have come down, you'll say, but the cost of watching them has gone up. Because back when you
Yeah,
could
I
buy
know
that, the
something.
TV was free.
Yeah.
Or if we first got cable, I think it cost us $12 a month or something, $10 a month when we first got cable.
Yeah.
And now, you're talking $100 and something, couple $100 a month. Of course, we're bundling. You got cable, you got the phone, you got the
Yeah.
internet.
Yeah, the internet.
Yeah. So if you want all that stuff, you got to pay.
They should give away the TVs for free. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, my cable bill is probably about 120 bucks. But then when you add in the phone and the internet, you're over 200 bucks. And yeah, and I don't know, how did I live without a microwave? How did I mean,
You did.
yeah.
I can live without the TV.
I can live without internet. Well, I don't know if I can live without internet today.
Well, you could live without a TV. You've got internet, you could do whatever you want. Probably, no, you could.
Once you start using it,
You could.
it's hard to give it up.
You go to the supermarket, you get your food,
Yeah, I know, but
you know.
I use it for work.
You pay your bills, you send letters.
I pay all my bills on the internet.
Yeah, but you could pay them by letters. You don't have to pay them.
Yeah,
by
and then my postage bill would be high.
you put your money in a mattress instead of the bank.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, then I could also, do like someone else I know and then run around to all these places and pay my bill.
Somebody does that for you.
No, he does it for himself.
He pays you a bill.
No, he pays his bills.
Oh, walks around to the places to pay
Yeah,
them.
he goes to, he drives to Worcester to pay the cable bill. He has to now
Why?
because he doesn't want to send it in. He doesn't have a checking account. Pays cash.
Oh, okay. Well, there you
He's
go.
watching too.
There you. There you go.
Yeah. He just has to drive to the town hall once a month now to pay the water bill.
Old school,
Oh, yeah.
huh? You should get just like a bike instead of going in a car to just really go.
Yeah, then he
Rough
really
it up.
saved, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, postal rates are going up.
Yeah, postal rates are not that crazy though. Well, unless you, yeah, well, when you're sending heavy stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but when you send a letter, you pay a bill, what's it cost you? 40 cents now, I think?
I think so. I haven't sent the letter in some time now.
I mean, if you're paying a bill to a place in Worcester, you can't drive to Worcester for 40 cents. Costs
Right.
more in gas.
Cost you a couple of bucks
Yeah,
at
see?
least.
So it's still a good bargain, right?
Hey, you get to see the world.
Yeah.
You know, get out of your room. Did you hear about the woman that was driving the big camper and was crashing against everything?
In California.
California.
Yeah, the thing was ripped in half. The whole front of the passenger side was all ripped off.
You see the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, the dog. There was a dog in
The
there.
dog jumped out.
The dog jumped out.
The dog is smarter than the driver.
Well, here's the thing that I kept thinking about because I watched it, right? So I see the dog, and the news person is telling the story. So then they said, and the dog jumped out and so forth and blah, blah, blah. But you see the woman, she hits a tree, she hits another car, and out of the car that she hit, this guy comes out, and he's all broken up. He looks like really in pain. And he's like, they're filming him while he's in pain. And then the woman at
I
the
didn't
news.
see that part.
Yeah, he's like lying down. He got out of the car, but he was suffering there. So they finished on the news there, and the woman that the newscaster says, oh, some people were calling, they were concerned about the dog.
Yeah.
So the dog is okay, for those of you who are concerned.
Yeah, didn't the dog go
Well-
after her after?
What happened to the poor guy that was...
Yeah. Yeah, didn't the dog? I saw a dog chasing after.
Oh,
her.
I don't know what happened, but I was just
I know the poor guy is.
I love dogs like
Right.
anybody else, like the next guy. But there was a guy suffering there, and the people were calling about the dog.
Yeah. I know.
Unbelievable.
Isn't it? I mean, people care more about.
And the newswoman was like, for those of you who call were concerned about the dog is okay. Period. No more, nothing else. And you could see the guy was he was hurt, you know. I couldn't believe it. I can't believe some priorities.
People treat their pets like their own kids.
Well, you know, you love your pets, but I thought, you serious? That's what people called about when there was like plenty of footage. A lot of people probably could have gotten hurt. I think 3 people got hurt. That particular guy was in the footage. He was there in the footage. You could see him. He got out of the car and he was lying on the ground. And he was holding his head. And it was painful just to watch him. But people called about the
Not
dog.
only that, he lost his car.
He definitely lost this guy, yeah. Well, people called about the dog. If the dog was okay after he
Yeah, I
jumped
guess
out.
she stole the RV too.
Oh, I don't know the whole story. I was just
That's
saw
what
it.
that's what I thought. I said they did the news story that was a stolen RV that she was driving down the street.
She tore her apart pretty good. I'm surprised she survived. That thing was like falling to pieces.
No, I know. I mean, a total wreck.
Yeah.
But talk about people. You know that I think it's Oregon has now approved that you'll be able to have your body when you die composted.
Right, with the dog. The dog's body, right? Oh, no, not something
No,
else.
human
Dog.
beings.
Human being. Composted.
Yeah.
Really?
They'll put your body. It'll be cheaper than being buried.
Well, it probably will be. Yeah. You get some good tomatoes, too.
Yeah. And they put you through a grinder along with wood.
Really?
It's all mixed in.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Well, you're not going to feel it
You
anyway.
can be
so-
mulched around your house.
Wow, that's pretty organic. That's what you call real organic.
Yeah. Hey,
That's
you know what they say? You know, is ash to ashes, dust to dust.
they passed a law. They passed a law to do that in Oregon.
Yeah, I think it is Oregon.
There's a lot of crazy stuff in Oregon, I hear.
Because right now it's illegal in all states, so they had to pass that. I mean, in this state, if you're buried, you have to put the remains in a vault.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to require even if you're cremated, and you're in the container. If you want to if you want to bury that container in the ground, you have to put it in the vault. Cost you, I think, $500 even, something like that, $500 to $1,000 to bury a cremated corpse.
Mm. Or you can throw it in the water or something.
No,
the ashes. Is it?
Yeah. And you're polluting.
Oh, I don't know what we're gonna do with my father-in-law then, because he wanted us to take him to Wales to dump his ashes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, in the ocean, right?
Yeah. In Conway.
I think you can do the ocean.
Oh, okay.
You know, for the right amount of money, they'll put you in orbit too.
Who the heck? Wow.
Gene Roddenberry.
Yeah.
Had his ashes.
That's the guy. What is he?
He created Star Trek.
Star Trek guy. He had his ashes go up there.
Yeah. And it was a couple other people did.
What is that? Is that somebody calling?
Yeah, that's our phone.
Oh.
They'll get it out there.
It's Gene Roddenberry calling from beyond.
Yeah. But we got a phone call here. Might be Barry. Go ahead, Carl. You're on.
How you doing? I live up on Sutton Street. Never mind smoke, Harry. Last night I thought I heard a small explosion on Upton Street after the polls closed.
Yeah, I know, huh?
I was, I'm wondering what happened to all the old timers in this town. Precinct 4 too. That I lived here my whole life. I had no clue that was up in your neighborhood. Must include Hill Street and.
Yeah, it does.
All the other.
It goes out toward Hill Street and Sutton Street, the upper part of Sutton Street. Yeah,
Yeah.
Precinct 4 was 357 to 150. It's almost 2 to 1. It's over 2 to 1.
That's what I mean. I was surprised looking at the numbers. In Precinct 2, I mean, it was, what, 50-50 or something?
Precinct 2 was 192 to 112. So here again, almost twice.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I thought it was... And I can't believe in Precinct 2. You're going to be kidding me? Peter Lashpell didn't get a write-in vote?
No, you know what? He's not on here at all. Not one write-in vote.
I just thought that was funny.
I'm amazed, though. Joe Montecalvo, he got written in for town moderator, for selectman.
Wow, yeah, he'd be a good moderator.
Yeah, he would. But, Joe's retired now. He wants to just relax.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
And
what about...
he also got written in on the school committee.
To switch over, always my favorite subject, the fire department.
Yes.
So, getting stampeded, the school ran them over, now the field, which I consider kind of a luxury, not a necessity as much, but whatever. So everyone's going to, do what they got to do and pay the bill, and that's all fine and dandy. It's good to see, something going forward. But in your memory, how many times has this town spent money, like the $60,000 they just spent on this feasibility study for the fire department?
I'm with you. We keep doing it.
In your memory, have they spent money to look at building or where they're going to put this fire department?
Yeah, I agree. And the thing is, what happened to the other study? Can we go back and revisit them?
Yeah, well, I mean, just like the field that they were talking about, this, what was it, 2.7, whatever it was. I remember just recently when Selectman Mealy got up there and said this town had no pride, it was $1.2 million or something when they first looked at it. Then they added the bleachers, the lights, and it's all fine. It was only a few years ago, but it almost doubled in cost. You know what I mean? Just, and the same thing with the school. When you look at comparatively in other towns, everyone's spending, but $100 million, you're talking about $100 million, the same amount of money they're going to build, the Red Sox Park in Worcester. You know what I mean? When you look at both things, there's $100 million
Well, actually, it's
You know,
over
and they're
100
gonna
million.
and there's still whatever, and they're still going to have to. This town's going to have to go back and forth and spend money again on a fire department. They still don't know where they want to put it. There's rumors they want to put it where the old middle school or
I don't think it's going to
the
go
elementary
there.
school. Sorry,
I don't think it's going to go where the primary school is.
the primary school. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go. I doubt
But I mean,
very
this town
much.
spent money so many times on looking at this. It's like they can't seem to get that done.
Right.
And you wonder why nobody runs for selectmen in this town. Like you said, there's no other. You look around these other towns, you see all these signs, and
yeah.
because of the atmosphere, just like you say, you get there and nobody can get their agenda done. It's time for some new faces or somebody to. It seems like you watch these town meetings, citizens forum, when they wanted to do away for it. Now you look at it, and, every time they say citizens forum, who is going to go in there and stand up and be persecuted and social media and all this stuff? In this town, it gets volatile.
Well, Citizens Forum, you can only go in and comment. They don't comment back.
Right.
So
They wanted to do away with it a short time ago, and I forgot who changed that, but they wanted to do away with it. Now, where is it that you can go and talk to these selectmen? I mean, I'm around town a lot. I don't see any, platform where you can just go. Are you going to go in a town meeting? Like, when do these people take input from the citizens? Or I've never seen it.
Actually, you can call them.
Yeah, well, on a line, none of them, well, you wouldn't want to put your private number out there, obviously, but it just seems like they're hands off. You look at those meetings, it's like everything's almost decided before they go in and talk about it.
Well,
and it just seems like the way they slid the school through and then this, it seems like a bad atmosphere with,
Well, in my own observation, what has happened over the course of time since we went to town manager form of government is that
the charter.
Right, the charter changed. They've given the control of doing everything to the town manager and let him make the decisions, more or less. And then they go along with them.
No.
To a certain extent. I mean, but, people don't get involved. Look at, we had, what percentage showed up to vote?
Yeah, exactly, and that's the sad
13%?
part. Like, we're at, what,
13.8?
15,000 or something now, which the last time I called, and I'm still thinking we're at 12,000, and that percentage is sad to see that.
We have 11,149 registered voters. Oh, yeah. The population is 16,100.
16,000. I thought it was 15,000, and that's in what, a few years. That it only took 4 or 5 years.
5 years, from 12,000 to 16,000.
Look around town; it's busy. You see the new thing starting up on Church Street. I'm not even sure what that is.
Okay, what's going in right now is the solar park.
Oh, is it? Okay.
That's going in right now.
Housing or something going in there also.
There's also going to be over 55 housing if it gets approved.
Right.
And that's still being addressed with the planning board.
Yeah, you see lots you never thought would be developed,
Oh yeah.
The town's growing in leaps and bounds, and
It is.
like,
Oh, it is, and believe me, there's other projects on the books that haven't been approved yet, but they're out there for approval. Spring Street has, I think it's 8 or 9 duplexes.
Wow.
Going through the woods, and that's a tough development. I walked that. That's tough. But
Yeah, that's
but
like a lot of the lots that are left. I mean, between Fowler Road, Benson Road, you have some rough, but they'll all sooner or later be developed. And
yeah. Well, between Fowler Road and Benson Road, there is town property in there, whether you know it or not.
Really?
Yeah, there's a field in there, but it's not really developable. I mean, there's no access. It's landlocked. There's no access to it.
Anyway, I don't want to take up your whole show. There's a couple other things I wanted to touch on. What about you go through Rockdale? They did a streetscape through there.
Yes.
I think there's probably 13, 14, maybe 15 lights from Sutton Street down.
Right.
There's been one that was on the sidewalk for about a week. I don't know if the DPW goes through there, but it was on the sidewalk for a week. Somebody finally pushed it off into Lindblad's property. Wires sticking out of it. I don't know what kind of hazard that is, but when you leave tonight, Harry, go home through there, and it's.
Oh, I know about it.
8
I've seen
of
it.
the lights are working out of all of them.
It was brought up at the selectmen's meeting that DPW should get down there and take care of that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. They said, well, I know we're going through a street light, program, but these things are just put in a few years ago. They have to be LEDs or whatever.
They were converted to LED.
Like I said, half of them are working, so they're not like, they're not waiting for the new street light program to be all updated and stuff. These fixtures aren't very old, but half of them are off.
Okay, those are part of the new streetlight program. Number one, those belong to the town exclusively.
Really?
Yes, and they're metered in town. So they don't work off the same thing as a streetlight program. Streetlight program isn't metered. You
Really?
the town pays a flat fee per light. They're converting those streetlights over to LED. And once they're converted, the price comes down, the flat rate, because LED uses a lot less electricity.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can see the ones, if you drive down the road, you'll see the ones that are already converted, which I don't understand. I talked to him the other day too, Jim Cheris. How come they skip one every now and then? I couldn't understand that.
There's one on Sutton Street that's missing not far from my place, and even after they did the road, I said, you drive up Sutton Street, and there's a light that got taken down in a storm, a nice storm or something. They never replaced it, and then when the road got done, it never got replaced, and you drive up, and it's just a dark zone. And
no, but I'm
things
talking...
like that, National Grid, everyone knows any utility, how you're going to deal with them, but...
Well, the town eliminated streetlights to cut the cost.
Right, but this one was existing forever and ever. And you go up, it's just a weird, because the rest of it's, I know, remember they took out certain lights in certain areas, but when the road got redone, it never got replaced. And
right, but what I noticed is they're converting these streetlights over to LED, and you're going down the road, this converted, then all of a sudden there's an old one, and then there's, right after that another converted one. And why they're skipping one now every now and then, I didn't quite understand that.
Well, ask Selectman Amgunian's big on. Oh, he's just the double pole. That's his little pet peeve.
Right. Well, that's another problem too, because you got multiple companies on the poles.
Oh yeah, look at all the stuff that's up there compared to years ago.
Well, you got 3 companies, and the fire department used to have they don't use it anymore. The boxes.
Yeah, remember back in the day, there used to be a light near the Village Club. When the police would go, they'd be on. They'd have to call the station off that phone booth down there.
Yeah, right.
Remember that?
Yes, they had a phone.
Yeah, that was the only communication.
Yep.
In the day.
But you get all these companies come in and change over the pole. That takes forever.
Yeah.
They put up a new pole, and then the old one's still sitting there because Verizon hasn't come and moved their wires, or Charter didn't come and move their wires. But
yeah, they all have to wait. It's a procedure.
But that pole, the white pole in Rockdale.
I don't want to take up your whole show.
No, that's all right. The white pole in Rockdale irritates me too, because that looks terrible. It looks like the town doesn't do anything.
We got a new fence at the electric pond. That was about all they could come up with.
No, we got a new guardrail at the arcade pond.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just in time for Lovies.
Yeah, that looks busy down there in the corner.
Yeah. But, the thing is that they're doing little things, but it's going to take some time. But, I mean, that light pole, there's no need for that. That's got to be clear. I'm going to take a look.
No, that's just one of my things. I go, geez, did they come down this way? They got the new garage. I mean, I know they're busy and stuff with Pine Grove Cemetery, and, they got their hands full and they got no crew. But, I mean,
well, look,
there's certain things they go, do these guys get out of the truck? You look at some of the line of sight in these intersections. You go to pull out. I mean, do they have a weed whacker? Do they have a pair of clippers? Get out of the truck. And, nobody's asking for them to do everything by hand, but you don't see. And another one, Quaker Street or whatever it is, Mendon Road going out there, that has just become, and that's another entrance way into town. Is that what you want people to think when they drive down? I don't remember what they spent for that little patch job out there going towards Misco Springs, but that thing has come unglued.
Yeah, that didn't work, and a part of that is it's so shady out there, and even in the winter, you got the trees come over the road.
Off the ledge, it rips it up. But I mean, that has gotten to the point where it's dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, some of the roads, and not to bitch, but I mean, they do these things. They don't. After that, they don't maintain them. You're going to do follow road, and you look like they go and they back up on the edge of the pavement on certain parts, and they miss other areas. You can't leave that exposed like that. Water gets under the asphalt. It's just common sense. It just drives me nuts to see they spent all this money on the road, but then they don't go and sand it or oil it. They don't.
Well, they can't
finish
sand.
the job
They can't.
completely.
Oil and sand is out. You can't do it anymore.
Well, you still see other towns do something, either that crack seal or something. It shouldn't even get to that point. But I mean, you're spending the money to replace the road. We can't replace these things every 5 years.
I guess
Not enough chapter whatever 90 money there is to just keep redoing the roads every 5 years.
Oh, I know.
They bought that $80,000 hot box. That ain't going to solve the problem. There ain't enough stuff you could pump into that thing to fix those roads. That hot box isn't the solution to the problems, but they can't spend. I think that was, correct me if I'm wrong, that was a $300,000, a couple. If Mr. Cheris is watching from Princeton, he would be able to tell you. I think that was a lot of money to fix that going out towards Mendon there, and it was only a short many years ago.
That was a new start. That was a new way of paving, and it didn't work out. There was a big hullabaloo about how wonderful this is. It's a recycling a thing or something, and it didn't work.
Right, they heated it and melted it in place and added stuff. But terrible. But what are you going to do with it now? It's going to cause, until somebody has an accident or, you go down that road. There's a lot of roads like that coming to the town. That's, it's a bad look for Northbridge. You know what I mean?
Right.
You want the town, the roads, the major roads going in and out. You're not going to touch 122 or something that's a state highway, but
on the patching,
major roads coming from out of town need more than a little, patching.
on the potholes, they really should buy a small roller.
Well, they don't do work anymore, Harry. That's the problem. It's all subbed out. You don't see these. It ain't like the old days when we seen these guys. They did work and they had backhoes and they did actual construction and culverts. They don't do that no more. It's all subcontracted out. They just basically, you got two bosses in there. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Nothing against the guys. They're all great guys. They're all great people. But
it's a four-man. They got 4 workers.
And all you do is sub it out.
Yeah, but they don't have any help. I mean, how many guys they got?
Skeleton crew, they've been underfunded. When you're running a department like that, whatever the numbers are, when 90-something% of it for, their wages and their insurance and all that stuff, how can you maintain all the roads in this town for like $150,000 over what it costs to run that, department? It's insane. It's just, it's a Ponzi scheme. It's a number fudger. Ted Kozak was perfect at it. They know how to, cook the books to make it work on paper, and unfortunately, that's it's all have to be Chapter 90 money, or the taxpayers got to come up every so many years and throw a big chunk of change at it.
DPW's been level funded for years now.
Awful.
And costs go up.
No sense. Yeah, and costs go up. Everything, the cost of the trucks, and you look at everything, new garage and all that stuff. It's great, but they have to. If you can't man, you look at all those trucks. There ain't enough guys in that department to drive them.
Well, no, I know snowstorms. They bring in contracted drivers. They using the town trucks.
I mean, what can you do? But I mean, nothing against the guys. Like their hands are tied. They don't have the money to go out and do. They got their hands full cutting grass, for crying out loud. You look at some of the fields in town. It ain't like it used to be when I was a kid. You look at the grass. I'm like, geez, somebody got to, go out and bring their mower in before the kids go play baseball. Rockdale, the Legion. That's another one. All the fields.
Right. Well, the Little League's doing a good job of taking care. The Little League's been taking care of their own fields now.
Yeah, they have to. There's no money. I mean, what do they fund that? What do they give them a year? Parks and Recreation or whatever it was.
Yeah, they don't get a heck of a lot. They got $10,000 from the planning board on a deal that we worked out with a guy that was doing a project. I won't get into the details of it, but it's all legit. But he made $10,000 donation to the town. That's been given to them, but they got that nothing.
have and the use of them and all this stuff.
Well, they're gonna use it
You
to
want-
probably fix the basketball court down in Linwood.
Yeah, anything. I mean, they can do whatever they can do as they're moving forward, you know. But anyway, guys, I'm going to take up your whole show. Have a good night. And
All right.
thanks for your time.
Have a good night.
All right. Yeah, the CPA, Community Preservation Act, eventually will have some money in there that'll help. So hopefully we'll get some things done with that. But, you know, it is tough. I mean, there's not a lot of money, and, you know, people are screaming now because their taxes are going up, and, well, the school, that's going to be on the books for next, 30 years? LaSalle Field's only 2 years. But there'll be other things coming up. DPW will need new equipment. The school still hasn't, you know, they haven't funded their budget to what they want. Hopefully we're going to see more money coming in from the state because the state now has money coming in. But here the state doing the same thing. They financed, they're going to give more Chapter 90 money, which is for the roads, but they're doing it with a bond. They got money coming in. Why are you bonding it? Use the cash you got coming in because the state's going to put themselves in debt. But hey, what can I say? I mean, I try to do much as I can, but we need more people to come forward. We need people. If you don't challenge people, I wish somebody would have ran against me on a planning board. But nobody. They were worried about we weren't going to fill the slots. That's what they're worried about, filling the slots. Because nobody wants to run it, and it does take time. It takes a lot of your time. So when you give it up, I mean, you don't get paid for it. Okay, somebody said, "What if you don't get elected to planning board?" So I won't miss the paycheck. You know, I mean, that's the way it is. It's a volunteer thing. I mean, hell, look, I put a lot of time in here, and I ain't getting paid here either. But you know, the way things go.
Well, maybe when the taxes go up and they realize they have to pay, then maybe.
Well, I mean, you
people
look
start
at
getting more
we're
involved.
lowest in the valley, and we're still going to be lowest in the valley. If you go Blackstone, what the hell have they got in Blackstone?
Taxes are high over there.
That's the highest one in the valley.
Oh man.
And I don't see it, but you know, I don't see a lot of industrial. I don't see a lot of commercial development in Blackstone either. So that might be part of the reason. I knew we had another call coming in. It's getting late, but go ahead. You're on.
Hey, good evening, guys.
Hey, Barry, how you doing?
Good. Yeah, I mean, good. I just want to add on to like what that other caller said. I mean, when you think about it, Harry, the $3 million the town's going to be spending on the fashionable turf field, that could have paid for 35 miles of roads. So, but I mean, the town sets their priorities on a fashionable turf field and roads, sidewalks, street lights, drainage culverts, storm drains, and things like that. Take the rear seat, you know.
Well, there's a whole pile of money that came into the state. In fact, I addressed it with Dave Meridian. He agreed that I forgot the amount now. I think 90 million into Mass, or 100 million, something like that, from Washington, from Trump, and that was to handle the rainwater situation. You know how they have to get the handle the drainage.
Right.
Yeah, so that's going to be split up amongst. But $100 million, that goes some ways. You know, that would help somewhat.
Something is better than nothing, Harry.
But we're going to get it allocated from the state now.
Right.
And,
I mean, the drainage culverts in this town really haven't been thoroughly cleaned since the DPW had a full crew.
Right.
Was that in the early 1980s? So it's definitely overdue.
But you know, we've got a lot of young families that moved into town.
Right, and their priorities is the school and the turf fields.
It is the sports programs.
Right. And I also saw the Bostonian lights in Rockdale, Harry, and but the word I got
contract
But you said
that
you
out.
also have to take care of the Pine Grove Cemetery.
Yeah, but
And,
call an electrician to take care of it.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I
And-
think that they're trying to do the best they can. I mean, I don't know the whole circumstances, but
Well, if somebody hit it, there must be insurance.
right, like they're going to have to try to track that whoever hit it with through the insurance and take care of it. But
Well, here again, what are the police? There should be an investigation. If that happened 20 years ago, that guy'd have been nailed.
yeah, like remember the fence down at the Riverdale Cemetery?
Yeah.
It took a little while for that, but eventually they got it through the insurance.
Yeah, well, what do you argue with the insurance? Look, they have to pay. There was an argument there over whose fault it was. Because I guess there was two cars collided, and one was saying, well, it's not my fault, they hit me and knocked me into the fence.
Right.
Well, I don't give a damn. Somebody's going to pay, then you get your lawyer on it.
Right.
Geez, I mean, we shouldn't have to go through, take forever to get this stuff.
Well, like I said, now everything's paperwork and bureaucracies and insurance companies, and but I think people have to understand, like you said, the DPW's been like the orphan Annie for a long time, and
Right.
and the bill is coming due, and that's just the way things go. But that'd be great too. Like I said, if we can get some additional Chapter 90 money, but I don't know how that's coming around.
No, there is some additional Chapter 90 money coming.
Oh, that'd be good.
Because they passed a bill where they're going to do it through a bond.
Right.
And it was announced by Dave Meridian that what was coming in. I forgot how much it was.
Right.
But, we did that $5 million override, remember?
Right.
And it started us on the way, but then never finished.
Right. But the other thing is if they had increased the DPW's budget at a little bit of at least the CPI rate, that we wouldn't have to pay so much or try to play catch up. But I mean, you can't just keep level funding the DPW. Eventually, it's going to snap.
What? God love the finance committee. It's a big job. It's a pain in the neck.
Mm-hmm.
But what they're looking at, you got the school coming every year, and they're saying we need another $1 million.
Right.
Where do you get it?
Right. Maybe it's time to like Russ sometimes is to look at the whole budget and see where everything is going, and if you got to start looking at where all the money is going, and maybe try to be innovative, but I would like to say a nice thank you to the group that whoever did the flowers in town.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I still am
The
kind
lady.
of puzzled. A town with a $44 million budget, and it takes a private group to do the flowers. But I mean, I'm glad that they did it. But it's just kind of amazes me.
That would have went on the
a little money
DPW.
their way.
But actually, you see flowers in other towns. Almost all these situations are donations from business,
Right.
as well as a flower organization. Garden club does it all. That's
think-
done in almost all the towns.
I think Unibank gave her that lady a
Oh, I know. But like I'm saying, I mean, with a $44 million budget, I mean, it'd be nice if they even threw them a couple $100 just to help them out.
Right,
just-
Yeah.
44 million. But how much of that 44 million went to the school department?
Yeah, that's taken a big.
And
a big
they
chunk.
still didn't get enough.
And then it gets back to, well, why does the school department need this money? Because it's being underfunded by the state.
Right.
And and then it's try to get money from the state, and they said they're doing the best they can, but
Well, here
like
again,
I
look
said,
at.
it's just kind of it's a very challenging budgetary times that we find ourselves in, but like so hopefully they'll try to go along and try to get some of these things accomplished, and that maybe that Community Preservation Act funding might help out a little bit, but who knows,
Right. I mean, that's another 1% that's going into this that's on a tax rate that's going to be put in a separate budget. They can't touch it.
Right.
The finance committee can't touch that. It can only be spent through this the CPC, the Community Preservation Committee, and after that, it has to be approved by the town meeting.
Right.
So, I mean, that we would take and you have to allocate a percentage to each particular group that's involved there, from historic to recreational, and I forget all the groups.
The three things that it's going to.
Yeah, you have to allocate housing. You have to allocate each one.
Right.
So there's some savings. There'll be some money eventually there. It's only 11% now from the state.
Right.
So it's not a heck of a lot, but hey, everything helps.
Right, right. Everything helps.
But I can tell you, the state. You know where the state money comes from?
No, where's that come from, Harry?
From when you have to go through Registry of Deeds.
Oh.
They used to charge $50. Now it's going to be $100
Oh.
to file, and that's where that money comes from.
Oh, okay. Well, at least we're going to get something back.
Yeah.
You know,
but if you don't adopt the CPA, you get nothing back.
Right. Well, hopefully we get something. But I just have a concern. You know, when people get that big tax bill in August, and I just hope that because they're going to, when the fire station comes up, that's going to be interesting because they're going to be getting hit with all that big tax bill and the turf field, and I just hope that the voters don't forget about the fire station.
Well, by the time we vote by the time the fire station comes up, the LaSalle field will be paid.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be off.
Right, but then in another 8 to 10 years, they're going to need a replacement field at about $700,000.
Yeah, and that's what I keep hearing. But they say no, it's not. It's not going to be that bad. And I don't even know what's true anymore.
Right. Well, I'm just going by what other towns. If you call the Southborough Town Hall, they'll tell you they just had to replace one on Acre Bridge Road, and it cost $689,000.
What's Grafton? Grafton's got 3 of them.
Right. Yeah. No, every 8 to 10 years they have to be replaced. Huh. And that's going to be interesting when that bill comes back up.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I'll let someone else call in. You guys
we're going to go now.
Night. Stay safe and stay well.
All right. See you later, Barry.
Bye.
We got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Well, Memorial Day is this weekend coming up. So we wish everyone a happy Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day.
Yep. And here we go. We'll see you for the last time till September next week. And by tomorrow night, my guest is Olivia Spratt, who is the curator for the new Samuel Slater Museum being created in Webster, and we'll be talking to her about that. Until next week, see you around town.